Chris here. Here's an update on the Red Devil. We named him Simba. So he's eating good. He had some trouble getting the pellets. He would eat the pellets, but he'd be running over here, running over there, going back and forth. And since I set up the agitation over here and left no agitation over here, the pellets just stay over here. It's very easy to feed that way. So you're probably thinking, what's the lighting on this aquarium? It's an aquarium fixture with a Artinic maybe. So it's for a reef tank for fish and corals. Red Devil's definitely grown in some size since the last time you've seen him. Super healthy fish. If we ever move again, we're going to get him a bigger tank, but he's consistent in this aquarium. He's got lots of personality. So this fish is definitely a sporty fish. So you go in there with the siphon, you go in there to scrape the algae, he definitely goes after you. It's good to have a sense of humor when you're doing stuff like that. Show him who's boss. So I lowered the kid sun lower. He does dig a lot. He's a digger too, I forgot to say that. He's eating New Ice Spectrum extra large pellets. I've been just feeding him a scoop on a measuring spoon, so he's doing alright with that. For water changes, I've been doing 40 gallons on the 55s, and only 30 gallons is the water change. The other 10 are the top off water with no salt. I have for circulation on one side is two maxi jets, one blowing across the aquarium and one creating agitation, so you can see that. Then there's also agitation from the hang on back filters, but you also want to have your own agitation. He actually had, I think, 3. I thought he had 4, but he had 3 Sun 4-watt, the lowest model of the Sun, but I took those out. They were unnecessary. He has trouble of eating around them, so definitely got them out and got these relocated, these fans, or these maxi jet fans. But get camera shots, and it's not like a white bulb, but it's definitely harder. But it's definitely interesting to see. I know when I brought the light home, the fixture, not the fixture, the bulb, but it's definitely interesting to see a different light. But it's very hard to keep it up on camera. Kind of shades away. So I just cleaned his tank with a mag float and polyfilter attached to it. And make sure when you're using one of those mag floats, don't go in the substrate. You'll scratch the heck out of your glass. So I had another Red Devil before I moved here, and I got rid of that one and I kept this one. So definitely happy we kept this one. He's very large. He's probably reaching over, just about over a foot. But loves to eat. Mechanical and chemical filtration before the carbon comes here. So we got a non-clog air pump, so it's got air stone in there, creating some bubbles, and then another sponge filter. They're both fine sponges, so they remove a lot, but they clog up fast. That's okay as long as you maintain them with cleaning them out, but not too hard. So there's 2 air pumps on here. We'll go up to the top after this, but I was just talking. He doesn't really go after the sponge filters like the queens do, so definitely not that bad with the sponge filter. Now if the queen gets stressed, it'll show black. It'll appear black, like black spots. And that means they're strictly stressed. This is a Red Devil, but Just a little tip there. But definitely big scales on this guy. We have an aquarium full of marine pure with a mechanical polyfiber, very thin. As you can see, it's very thin, so it does the job perfectly for water to pass through it. But that's one filter. You can see the water is just coming out just perfect. Look at that. 400 gallons the pump says it's rated, but definitely a lot of flow. Aquarium on this aquarium. You see very good flow coming out of here. There's no splashing of plastic. But same thing in here. Marine pure in the front. There's 3 of them to keep the water level from splashing. But 8 gallons of marine pure in the whole house, which is $60 per box of a gallon. So do the math. It's expensive, but fish. I mean, the logo says on marine pure, making fish smile. So definitely does. So Tetra Whisper, 2 of those, and so you can see the color of the light. I didn't clean the back of the aquariums with a razor blade. It wasn't necessary, so just to get fans relocated, and it's very cool to see that color like that. It'll shade out. But what I didn't do is clean the lids. They weren't too bad. The best way to clean these lids is with a razor blade. It takes all the calcium deposits right off. But it definitely does a job. I haven't done it this week, maybe 2 weeks, but not too bad. You will start to see calcium build up all around the lids, so